Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new, I do Tesla content. Today we got a Model S. My Model 3 Performance is in the shop right now because the windshield got cracked. So they gave me this as a loaner car. I've been having fun with it, but we're gonna review it. We're gonna compare it to the Model 3. We're gonna pull up the Tesla app right here. And then the mirror, all the handles come out. It's not the weird Model 3, Model Y handles. It's just a straightforward handle. When you lock it, it goes back in. Model S and Model X have had the back display for a while. Model 3 and Y just added it recently. You can control media. You can control the fans finally. If no one's in the front seat, you can actually adjust that. Oh, I just hit myself on that sharp window. But that's the back seat. It's got the ventilated seats. And then I'll show you the trunk right here. Opens the same as a Model 3. And then you got all this deep space down here. But this is a lot of trunk space right here. You can actually press these buttons and it's gonna drop down the seat. So the middle seat's connected with this. If you want more space up here to put stuff, or you can just take it out completely. Camp mode, you can sleep in here. Go on road trips, camp out in here. This little pocket on the side right here, that side doesn't have it. But we're gonna close this. You have the mobile app and you can control everything you need with it. I'm gonna show you the front right now. This is a lot longer than the Model 3. This front looks bigger than the Model 3, right? But when you open it up, this is the only space you get right here. We'll do a take two right here. I'm gonna put the mic next to the front so you can hear how satisfying this sounds. Ooh. You open it up, you could probably fit like one Walmart bag in there.
Maybe two.
Two, maybe. Another really cool thing about all Tesla cars, because you use the mobile app to sign in, it syncs your settings across every Tesla car that you get into. So first time getting into the loaner vehicle, I'm already signed on to YouTube Music. I got my playlists loaded. It has my home address saved, so I just say take me home, and then takes me home. There's my profile right there, Chris with a K. If you're coming from an older Tesla vehicle, you're gonna notice that you're not gonna have the gear stocks. Everything's controlled on the steering wheel. You just click it and then turns your signals on. This is now how you activate FSD. You just click this instead to do Grok or voice commands. What's up, Grok?
Not much. Just sitting here fantasizing about how Tesla should have built me with a dick so I could properly mansplain horsepower to your dumbass.
Oh.
What about you little primate? You looking for...
Here on the Model S, you can actually change your displays. Normally your display looks like this, or it's just facing straight out. I actually really like how you can turn it towards you. It just feels so much more better. Feels right when it's like this. Now you can actually accomplish this with aftermarket parts, but the fact that it comes with this on the Model S is really cool. You still have the classic wireless phone charging right up here. You got your hazard lights button. On the Model 3 it's up here, but it's down here on Model S. And then you have the storage compartments, so you got a little bit of space here, but if you don't want to use that, you can also push that to the side and it goes even deeper. Pause. Just to show you. You got the cup holders, which you can also put to the side for more space here, easier access. You can actually still fit inside even when it's closed. It's kind of like a weird design. That's one thing I don't like. I like my Model 3 better on that part. This feels really nice to open. It's not a button you have to press. It's just kind of magnetic. It feels really good to open. And then you have even more space up here. This goes deeper, but you know, more room is always nice here too. And I'm actually gonna hit it one more time, but this time with the mic right in front of it. Yeah, I hope the mic picked that up because that sounds really nice. All right, so I'm gonna show you how auto shift works here. You'll see it on this screen. It's gonna show a little bit here. It starts off, you gotta put seatbelt on, safety first, you know. Oh, this is about to be some ASMR. Oh, I bet that sounded nice. So you're gonna see it's gonna say tap to drive and it's pointing at the brake. Now you can actually just click tap to start and it's gonna drive in FSD right from park, which is really cool. So I'm gonna tap the brake right now. And then since my profile's set up, it brings the wheel out, gets my seat where I like it. And I'm already in drive. I don't even need to swipe up on here. Now normally you hold the brake, you go back if you want to reverse, you go up if you want to drive. But it already put me into drive with the auto shift beta. It guesses which way you want to go. So if you're doing like a 3-point turn, it's gonna tell you move the wheel this way and then just press the brake and it's automatically gonna shift. So we're on FSD right now, no hands. This is not a touch screen. I actually really like this interface because sometimes it's hard to manually click which space you want to park in on the Model 3 and Y, but on the S and the X, you can just use this right scroll wheel right here. ASMR. Okay. You scroll to select whichever one you want and then you click it and then it's gonna do it. No hands, no hands. You don't even gotta park your car anymore. Everyone's looking at me crazy, but hey, we're having fun over here. Another thing I had to get used to when I first got into this is the whole screen right here is just the map. So I was looking for the heat map right here. I think this is kind of a weird setup because on the Model 3 and the Y, this little box here will actually take up the whole screen and it's a really clean look. This, you can't even like turn the car on here. Let's go back to the map. Normally you'll have the map as an icon here, but this, it just shows the map by default because you'll see the heat map is on this screen. So having the two screens is really nice. We'll just go back into park for now. And then it gets rid of the heat map. Definitely go with the yoke if you're gonna get a Model S or a Model X because this heat map here is very helpful in driving. And it's kind of hard to see, especially when the wheels turned like this. You can't really get like a good visual on what's going on in the screen. So if you have the yoke, it'll make it a little bit easier to see that. The heat map is really nice, especially for going around tight corners. I always use the heat map when I'm doing tight corners, turns, stuff like that. It's really helpful. If I'm not using FSD, FSD does a really good job of doing that. The full self-driving technologies came a long way. You just press one button and it gets you from point A to point B without having to press any of the pedals or touch the steering wheel. They just came out with the new Mad Max mode as well here, which cuts through traffic. It's insane. I wish I got more clips of it, but I'm not going to be able to do justice to how good self-driving is in this little segment here. So if you want to see a more in-depth review, leave a comment below. I also want to touch on the acceleration in this Model S. It was insane. I'm pretty sure this was a base model and it was just up there with my Model 3 performance in terms of acceleration. They had us capped out at like 85 miles per hour, I think. So I couldn't go faster than that since it was a loaner car, but it was pretty crazy. Model 3 should be coming back soon. I had a 30% tint on the windshield and then 5% all around. I got a crack right in front of my camera, so I had to get the windshield replaced. And it's kind of like a blessing in disguise because I want to go even darker. You know, 30% was good. I had the ceramic tint. You don't feel the sunlight at all. That's another thing I noticed getting into this fishbowl is that when I was out in the sun earlier today, I really felt the rays of the sun coming down. It's just not something I've really thought about, having the ceramic tint, because it blocks out most of the sun's rays. I really like that all blacked out look, so I'm gonna probably go with 15% on the windshield. We'll see. Probably 20 at most. I hope that scratches my itch. I've been wanting it to go darker on the windshield. All right, so we're gonna close this off with a light show. So Cyber Symphony is always a classic. The speakers on here are actually crazy, but I don't want to bother too many people, so we'll just do like halfway or something. And let's go. more thing I want to say about this car. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but the speakers are insane. I have a top level Model 3 Performance, and you know, the speakers are nice because once you get the all-wheel drive or go up, they put the premium sound package in it. This is just a base model. The speakers are insane. It's way louder. The newer Teslas have the better sound isolation because of dual pane glass. Definitely test drive one of these. You can actually test drive Teslas for free. Just go down in the description to my referral link, book yourself a Tesla test drive. They have locations everywhere. Test drive it, get to experience it. You get to feel full self-driving. This is the future right here. Tesla.com/Christian6 something. Referral link in bio. Referral link in the description. Get you a Model S, get you $1,000 off with my code.